Alright, I'm feeling a bit lazy when it comes to making a video today, so. And I've got 5 replays I've got to do and show off in Master Duel. Like, these are all old replays back from like early November, so. Yeah. The previous I showed off of my tutorial video, those are also early November. But I got 3 trap tricks and 2 live twin shadow. let's get going. Is it me or has the game just been laggy and taking longer to load? But yeah, for my trap trick stack, I have literally everything trap tricks themed. My sleeves are trap tricks themed. My dual field is trap tricks themed, and my mate base is trap tricks themed. Same with my twin shadow, where it's all evil twin themed. Really cool. But yeah, the deal with pendulums again. Unfortunately, they couldn't. All they could really do is set a bunch of shit, and then normal someone and then place that in pendulum zone for whatever. Yeah, for those that don't know, this one sector of the field as well as this one are the pendulum zones. It's complicated. I'm not going to get into it right now. Well, I say it's complicated, and it is, but at the same time, it's also understandable. Which in itself is pretty complicated. So, more complicated than understandable, but once you learn, it's going to take some getting used to, but real easy. But yeah, that's all my opponent can do. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set my trap hole face down, immediately activate Swords of Revealing Light, which is going to turn all the face down position monsters into face up attack, face up position, face up defense. It basically just flips them face up. And they can't attack with 3 turns while it's on the field. And it ends during my third end phase. The card is on the field. If it doesn't get destroyed. But yeah, of course, just like I showed off in my tutorial video on how to use trap tricks in twin chat in live twins, Mermelio basically just adds a whole trap card to my hand and from my deck, and I pick bottomless because it just felt like the best option just in case. Because look at the monster they had face down. And you know what the worst part is? They could have had this in face up attack. None of my monsters that are in my hand could get over its attack. I would have to XZ or Link summon in order to get over their attack. So they played it smart, but at the same time they fucked up. Cause I'm just going to destroy the monster anyway. Yeah, no, of course. Main phase 2, I set it face down and then end my turn. Again, they could not do anything, which is, yeah. All they could do is really set things. They fucked up by not putting their monster in attack mode. They really fucked up by not putting their monster in attack mode. But yeah, draw Floodgate Trap Hole, which not really gonna do anything. But I am going to add a Traptrix monster from my deck to my hand, and of course, I don't have Traptrix Garden on the field, and I don't have Pudica in my hand or on the field anywhere. So I draw Pudica, which is usually what you want to do if you don't have Traptrix Garden on the field or in your hand. Hold on, I'll be right back. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, if you don't have Pudica or Traptrix Garden anywhere on the field or in the hand, you want to get Pudica as soon as possible. Because again, referring back to my tutorial on how to use my last Master Duel video, which is basically my tutorial for Traptrix and my twins. Pudica seeks as if Pudica doesn't get negated upon normal summon, you get a Traptrix Garden from the deck added to your hand. And what Traptrix Garden does is its first effect allows you to normal summon 2 Traptrix monsters per each turn it's on the field. Yeah, what they basically do here is they prevent themselves from taking 1500 damage, and they get an extra card, which, by the way, not really gonna help them anyway. They just save themselves an extra 1500 life points. And now IXZ summoned into Pinguicula, I believe. Yeah, Pinguicula. Activate her effect. Send my Traptrix Mantis from graveyard to add Traptrix monster, but of course they surrender. Because again, they couldn't really do anything, and since I have Pudica in my hand, I would have normal summoned her to activate the effect, and if the effect didn't get negated, it would add Traptrix Garden to my hand. Then I'd activate Traptrix Garden, and yeah. But when it came to Pinguicula's effect right there, I would have added Traptrix Atrax to my hand to do an extra 1800 life points of damage. And then XZ summon into Rafflesia at the end of the turn during my second main phase. But yeah, they surrendered, so that didn't get to happen. Again, they had a shit hand. All they could do was set a bunch of stuff and then set one monster face down defense position. And even then, even if they did put it in attack position, they couldn't attack me because I had such a revealing light on the field. So yeah, they were basically fucked. I'm still not used to how this replay menu system works. Still not used to it. Yeah, see? This duel actually started with Traptrix Garden, which I don't think is really going to do anything for me for like a couple turns, but I do, however, have a Trap Skill Drain, really fucking powerful card, but it's also a double whammy, much like Winda. Except with Winda, both players are limited to one special summon per turn. But with Skill Drain, obviously, I pay 1,000 life points. All monster effects are negated. They can be activated. They'll just get negated. So yeah, that's why it's double whammy. And then I got Raigeki. which basically just destroys all my opponent's monsters on their side of the field. And of course, I got a monster, so that's something. And all they do is set. Not exactly the best card to draw, but yeah, I could have destroyed that with this. I wouldn't have done any life point damage, but I could have destroyed it. They're gonna activate it. What to do? What to do? Actually, no, I couldn't destroy it. It's got 1800. They're gonna add a monster from the deck to the hand. Alright. And then I just set a bunch of shit. I just set a bunch of stuff. Just play that. And then I'm going to put Vesiculo in defense position. Just as a safety precaution. Yeah, no. I'm gonna pay the 1,000 life points to activate Skill Drain, just so they don't activate any monster effects. And of course, I mean, if it's from my hand, that's a different story. Then they'll activate. But if it's on the field, it's negated. Hand, field, well, hand and graveyard, they'll work. Monster effects will work. But on the field, it doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where they activated that. Again, whenever I'm in the Raycall server or on a stream, and I make a joke about Yu-Gi-Oh! Players not read, and how they don't read, this is a perfect example of that. Like, can you not read my Skill Drain? You just lost one of your monsters. Quite literally. Well, you lost one of your cards. Just to get your effect negated. You're an idiot. And you took 400 life points of damage. Are you happy with yourself? Yeah, then I'm just gonna destroy their monster, do another 400. They fucked up. Yeah, Ash Blossom was the perfect card I have drawn on my turn. Cause it quite literally just cancels this card out. Again, referring back to my tutorial video, read the first effect and look what it's trying to do. Yeah. Quite literally just gets negated instantly. But they're gonna Monster Reborn, which sucks. Yeah, again, can you not fucking read? Once again, referring back to my tutorial video, while my monster did get attacked in attack position, I did lose 400 life. I did lose like 500 life points. Because Trap Trip Garden is on the field, my monster didn't get destroyed. Now, it's only a one-time protection. So if my Vesiculo were to get attacked a second time, it would have been destroyed. But thankfully, this monster is face down, so... And the crazy thing is, Mantis is actually the perfect monster to get. Again, this activated because I get 2 normal summons. Per turn I get, as long as this card's face up on the field. Now I am going to activate this just to flex. Again, I use skill drain, so I know how it works. I just did this just to flex. And I XZ summon into Pinguacula. Now, yes, my Pinguacula's effect is negated, but I send Mantis to the graveyard just in case I draw in a Monster Reborn, which I do have in this deck. Just in case I draw in a Monster Reborn, I sent Mantis to the graveyard, basically. And then I'm just going to get rid of that. A Bottomless Trap Hole. Not really the card I needed, but yeah, again, now they have nothing on their field. They have to somehow get over 2,500 attack points. And even then, if they did, I've still got this on the field. If that wasn't enough, if they were to somehow, yeah, I'm gonna banish this. Actually, no, I'm gonna banish my own Mantis. They quite literally tried using my own card against me. And it failed. And then they just basically gave up. They gave up. At that point, they gave up. Well, it wasn't they gave up. As you can see, connection failed, which I believe is bullshit, because this happens much too often for it to be a connection issue. Whenever I do, it's always in ranked when this happens. Whenever I'm in like a decisive position, have skill drain face up on the field, and they can't do anything about that, and I outplay them, it's always a connection error. Which again I believe is bullshit. I believe they couldn't do anything and they couldn't accept the loss. So instead of surrendering, they unplugged the router or whatever, and yeah, I believe that's what they do. I believe that's what happens every time. Because, believe it or not, it's actually not an uncommon occurrence. Like, just surrender at that point. If you're going... It's really stupid if people do that. Again, I believe this has been an issue like this has been happening more often recently. I have no idea why it's been such a common occurrence. Yeah, let me retry. Again, we've got AT&T fiber internet, so I have no idea why these connection issues are happening. Not exactly an amazing hand to have, but I do at least have something I could do. Actually, no. Actually, we'll see how this plays out. I get Wendigo, don't I? Fusion summon the Wendigo? Yes, Wendigo. So now's the perfect time to explain the Shadow portion of my Live Twin Shadow deck. So, again, I've mentioned like how fusion summoning works. Normally, you need a fusion spell, which Shadow Fusion is. And I'm gonna let you read the card's effect. Of course, there are other ways of like fusion summoning, but 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be this way with a fusion spell. But yeah, Wendigo requires 2 monsters, one being a shadow monster and one being a wind monster, which, again, once again, referring to my tutorial video, I didn't use I used the twin portion of the deck, not the shadow portion. I did mention why I run a few extra wind monsters in the deck, like the Wind Charmer, Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda, and Familiar Possessed Wind from my Spirit Charmers deck as well. Wendigo is the reason why. They are both, because both versions of Wind and Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda are all wind monsters. That's why I run them in the deck. So I can get Wendigo if I needed Wendigo on the field. And because I couldn't really play much of anything, Wendigo was a necessary component. Yeah, this sucks. So, because they target my Wendigo with this card, my Wendigo's going to be destroyed. But I go ahead and activate its ability, which basically protects one monster I control from being destroyed by battle. And because Wendigo's going to be destroyed, the only monster I can really save with that is my Familiar Possessed Wind. So I am going to take some live point damage here, but my monster is going to be safe for at least one attack. And it's a Blue Eyes. Because of course it's a Blue Eyes. Yeah, and a great thing about the Shadow extra deck monsters, they're all fusion monsters. And if they get sent to the graveyard, yeah, I could get added Shadow Spell Trap from a graveyard and added to my hand, which is why I was able to get Shadow Fusion back. Then they're gonna go ahead, just send their Blue Eyes back to the deck. They special summon this from the graveyard, which honestly not really gonna do much for them. They really just did all that. They really did all that just to get rid of my Wendigo, which was honestly a big mistake on their part, because they misplayed there, because they could have done some live point damage to me. Again, because of my Wendigo's effect, they were unable to destroy my wind, but they would have still done 1150 points of damage to my life points if they had kept their Blue Eyes. And that's going to be something they're going to repeat, I think, like 2 more times, I think. Yeah, Lord of D. and again, I don't have an Ash Blossom in my hand, so I can't really negate this. But if I did have Ash Blossom, it would have been negated instantly. Yeah, then they're gonna activate that. Add Blue Eyes Jet Dragon to the hand, which, honestly, if I remember correctly, doesn't do anything for them. I'm just gonna go straight for the attack. And because, yeah. That's really all they're going to do. And of course, my Wendigo's effect only activates on that turn, so I'm going to, unfortunately, lose my only monster on the field. But I do flip my Shallow Core, which basically gets... It still acts as a trap, but I special summon it as a monster. And they're going to activate this, which... Honestly, it's kind of pointless, because they're quite literally about to destroy my win. Yeah, again, they shouldn't have done that. They should have kept the jet on the field. If they had kept their jet on the field, it would have been perfect. They would have been perfectly fine. They would have basically won. But no, they had to bring this back, which was a fucking mistake. But yeah, I'm just going to destroy that. And here's the thing, too. This card was the perfect card for me to draw on that turn. And the reason for that being, they're about to destroy this. They're about to destroy my Shadow Core. Well, I am going to take some life point damage, like a really good amount. At least I'm going to be able to normal summon my Kisa Kill I just got from this card's effect. So they basically fucked themselves over at this point. Again, they gave me the win right there. They gave me the win. Like, why would you do that? Again, they're gonna do 3,000 damage to me, which is fine. Because, again, I'm still in this. I got 3550. Well, 3850. But I'm able to normal summon Kisa Kill, which allows me to special summon a Lilith monster from my hand or deck. Which, for those who have seen my tutorial video, you know the combo I'm about to do. Except, I'm gonna do a combo opposite of what I did. Because I'm going to do that combo, except when I basically go second, pretty much. Well, I'm going to link summon the Evil Twin Lilith. Or, no, I guess I'm going to do the same combo. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I'm going to link summon the Kisa Kill, which allows me to special summon a Lilith monster from my graveyard. And then I'm going to link summon the Evil Twin Lilith, which is going to allow me to special summon a Kill monster from my graveyard. And obviously it's going to be Evil Twin Kisa Kill, activate her effect, draw a card through the effect. I'm going to play this just in case, just to show them I had it basically the whole game. Now I'm going to link summon that Evil Twin Trouble Sunny. activate the effect to special summon a Kill and a Little Law monster from my graveyard. And now here's something you didn't see me do during that tutorial video. I'm gonna activate Little Law's effect, which because I have a Kill monster on the field, I'm able to activate Evil Twin Little Law's effect, which basically allows me to destroy a card from any side from either side of the field. And of course, I'm gonna go for the Blue Eyes. But actually, no, I'm not going. I don't activate the effect. That's right. I activate Trouble Sunny's effect to send my Evil Twins Kill Little Law monster from my deck to my graveyard, which is going to allow me to send their Blue Eyes to the graveyard. And then I'm going to special summon this from the graveyard, which requires 2 Link monsters to be tributed to special summon from the graveyard or in the hand. And it's a special summon, by the way. And then, just to add salt to the wound, I'm going to use Monster Reborn to bring back their own Blue Eyes White Dragon that I literally just sent to the graveyard. This brings me a total of 7,400 attack points, by the way. And if you look at their life points, it's just enough. 7350. It's just enough attack points to finish them off. And the way I finish them off is I finish them off with their own Blue Eyes. Finish them off with their own Blue Eyes just so they fucked up. Just to show that they fucked up by yeah. Their Blue Eyes was their own Blue Eyes was their downfall. Had they not sent their Blue Eyes to the graveyard, well, and all that, done all that at the start, that would not have happened. They would have still been kicking for with 2950. But yeah, they fucked up. I had to show them they fucked up. By beating them with their own monster. And again, I'm going first again, and this sucks. Because again, with this deck, I prefer to go second. But it's okay because I start off with Live Twin Home, which basically allows me to add a Live Twin monster from my deck to my hand by discarding 1 card. I'm gonna activate it and send my Win the Wind Charmer to the graveyard. I believe that's what I do. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. That's right, because I got Shadow Dragon, which is 1900. Which honestly might have been the better option, I think. Yeah, then they're just gonna... Yeah, again, the other monster I said, Spiritual Beast, Tamer Winda, that's basically just another fusion material I could use for Wendigo. She's right here. Then I'm just gonna go straight for the attack, which fails because they have 100 more defense points than I do attack points, so I take 100 life points of damage, which is fine. But I at least know what they're trying to do. This is basically an anime Yugi deck, that they're playing pretty much. But yeah, I basically just play everything in defense, put everything in defense position at this point, just in case. Which honestly was a mistake for Shadow Dragon. But it's fine because I didn't know what they were gonna do. Like they could have had like Dark Magician, they could have had like Dark Magician Girl in their hand. Tribute summon the Dark Magician Girl by sending the mystical elf to the graveyard, and then attacking and then destroying my Shadow Beast. So either way, I basically just saved myself from taking another 100 life points of damage. But here I flip summon my Win the Wind Charmer, which basically makes it to where if I flip it face up, I get to take control of one of their face up wind monsters, as long as the card is face up on the field. And I'm going to do that. Of course, take their Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress, just to tribute these two to special summon Familiar Possessed Wind to the field from my deck, which is something I can do. I have to tribute 2 wind monsters, one of which has to be Win the Wind Charmer. And yeah. I basically did that just to get the Winged Dragon off the field. And I play that. Yeah, these next couple turns are basically just going to be a bunch of nothing. Shadow Dragon. And the reason I put Shadow Dragon face down, read its flip effect. Read Shadow Dragon's face flip effect. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do it to target their mystical elf. Then do all this. Link summon the Kisa Kill. And the reason I Link summon the Kisa Kill is so I can activate this by discarding my Ash Blossom, which is what I'm going to do. I get to special summon a live twin monster from my deck. And since all 5 of my monster zones were taken up, I couldn't really activate this, which is why I Link summoned the Kisa Kill first, and then I'm gonna activate this. And I'm sure you know the combo at this point. But yeah, again, once per turn, if I special summon from the graveyard, my opponent loses 1,000 attack points. My opponent loses 1,000 life points, and I gain 500. And then I'm going to draw a card. Activate that. Flip this, which again, read the second effect. I did that with their field spell, just in case. Then I'm gonna Link summon into Trouble Sunny. Activate her effect. Do a special summoning from the graveyard. Destroy their single monster on the field. Destroy their single face-down monster. Banish Sunny to do that. Then special summon. Yeah, it's game, by the way. They lose here. And again, remember the tutorial. Yeah, I'm kind of dumb. I did make a mistake in the tutorial saying that if they control more than me, they had send cards down to do with on their side of the field to when they had 2. Obviously, I was an idiot. I was just really excited to teach. But yeah, they had to send the Dark Burning Magic. They had to send 1 card to the graveyard from their side of the field because they had 3, so they had to send 1 in order to get 2. And again, I kind of figured. Again, something like this is why I was worried for them to tribute summon. They could have activated this, and it could have just fucked my world up. Which is why I set all my monsters in defense position a little earlier on. Yeah, this really isn't going to help him much. But that Mirror Force will, which basically prevents them from taking any damage, which saves them. So I'm only just going to do 1100 damage. I send my Live Twin Kisakil back to the deck from my graveyard because my field spell is on this. My field spell is face up on the field. I only have one of these in the deck. But yeah, this is its effect. With this deck, you will almost never utilize the fact that if you have no cards on your side of the field, or no monsters in your hand, you can add the live turn. You'll never utilize that effect almost ever. But it is nice to have, so yeah. Yeah, and this is once per turn. If I control Lil Law once per turn, I could special summon a Kisakil monster from my graveyard, and that same thing works for Kisakil, except I get to special summon a Lil Law monster from the graveyard. But yeah, I'm gonna activate Kisakil's effect, which is going to allow me to draw a card, and I'm also going to do 1,000 burn damage to them as well. On top of that. What's funny is Kisakil was the monster. The monster I quite literally just got back from the graveyard too. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster, by the way. Favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster. What are the chances? Again, this is a 50-card deck. I was on the 34? I mean, it's 34 again now because I had Lil Law Treat from my graveyard to the deck. But yeah, it was 34 before I activated my Evil Twin Kisakil's effect. It's just really funny. Now I'm gonna do this, which is again gonna send cards from their side of the field down to when they control 2. Activate this, do another 1,000 burn damage, and this is once per turn, by the way. That's fine because Again, I didn't normal summon this turn. So I get to do all this again. But this time, Kisa kill first. Special summon the Lilock because I didn't activate the effect. Then I'm gonna destroy one card on their field. It's gonna be their monster. Then I'm gonna special summon this monster right back. Which, by the way, is not a once per turn effect. The only requirement is I have to tribute 2 Link monsters in order to special summon this. That's the only thing I can do it. I can't special summon it any other way. It has to be with 2 Link monsters. Not limited once per turn, and then yeah, I win. This deck, really fun. Really easy to learn, too. Just do what I did. But, yeah. And now we go back to just my Trap Tricks deck. And the final replay I've got saved. Actually, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that interruption. I kind of had to do something, check something real quick. But, yeah. Again, Trap Tricks. Now, when it comes to my Trap Tricks deck, like, again, referring back to my tutorial video again, I mentioned that when it comes to my Trap Tricks deck, it's basically a pure Trap Tricks deck, except my 2 Parallel Exceeds and my Ash Blossoms. I also forgot I have Diabellstar in this deck. Now, Diabellstar really doesn't do anything for this deck. She's just basically there just in case I need like a spare monster on the field, just in case. Which is basically what she's going to be used for right here. After I do the Pudica stuff. Yeah, Jar of Greed, it's basically, they just set it, draw 1 card. And again, you're going to see Pudica's effect, which basically just adds Trap Trip Garden. Then I'm going to special summon Diabellstar from my hand by sending the card from my hand to the graveyard. And then I'm going to normal summon an additional Trap Tricks monster, my Vesiculo. XZ summon into Pingua Kula. Activate the effect, send Vesiculo to the graveyard. And then they're going to do this. Oh yeah, did I also tell you that this works on trap effects as well? For some reason. It says destroy by battle, but it doesn't destroy by Pingua Kula for some reason, as it should. Because it would have been destroyed. Don't know why it didn't activate that. Don't know why it didn't work that way, but it did, so I got to add 8 tracks to my hand, and now they get to take 5,000 damage. Which, again, at this point is basically a win. This Called by the Grave will never be used, by the way. Yeah, this was a mistake, because I'm just going to outright banish it. And because, and again, referring back to my tutorial video, this banishes a monster my opponent attacks as long as it has 1,500. It destroys it and banishes it as long as it has 1,500 or more attack points. Which Kastura Ogre does. was banished. And if you read this effect on Pingua Kula, yeah. I was gonna target, of course, I was gonna add their ogre as a material from their banish zone. Again, they lost. Regardless of what they had at that point, they lost. They're not winning that. I had quite literally the perfect hand. That happens a lot, by the way. A lot. But yeah, that's all my replays done. So, thank you for watching. I know it's high energy, but at the same time, I just didn't really feel like doing anything else. And I've been wanting to post these replays for a while. So I figured, you know what? Might as well. But yeah, I'm done here. Thanks for watching. Take care.